Selamlar. Call of Duty'nin yeni oyunu çıkıyor. Warzone'da gelecek. Onun bir yayınını yapayım dedim. Çok planlı bir yayın olmadı ama yetiştik. Evet. Şimdi ekrana vereceğim. Hı. Selam herkese. Yeni Call of Duty oyunu çıkıyor. Onun lansmanı. İnşallah bu müzikler başımıza bela olmaz. Call of Duty multiplayer geliyor önce. Şu an müzik çalıyor. O yüzden tehlikeli. Eminem'in müziği. Oyunun sesini vermiyorum şu an. Bu zaten daha önce gördüğümüz şey bu arada. Hani bu videoları biliyoruz. Bir kapatıp geliyorum. Adamları toplamışlar. Canlı canlı oynatıyorlar orada tabii. Her zaman aynı oyun zaten de. Şu anda önemli bir şey yok. Yeni oyunu geliyor zaten. Olay o. Her sene çıkıyor. Bu senekine bakıyoruz. Ses yok, evet farkındayım. Kapatmıştım, şimdi de açılmıyor. Beta PlayStation'a çıkacak ama ya. Şimdi birazdan gelecek ses. Yayının sesi beni bastırmasın bu arada. Onu bana söyleyin. And we've taken these maps and we've really revitalized them and modernized them with the latest in visuals, audio, effects, as well as gameplay coming to bat on those. And it's just fantastic to have them. We also have a ton of new mechanics coming into the game around movement, around being able to be responsive in the moment in that combat. And we have the largest set of weapons ever in Modern Warfare in multiplayer.
Yeah, with carry forward from Modern Warfare 2, of course, you're going to be taking your inventories with you.
That's huge.
Be reminding people throughout the day. But with that largest weapon slate coming to multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3, very exciting. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing as soon as our gamers all just decided to like load up and get into the action. It's going to be really pumped. We're going to be all really pumped to just see it because I had a chance to play it. And I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. So, I mean, credit to you guys for making something that is not just fun, but also brings back a very familiar feeling for old heads like myself that just, you know, like me some good old-fashioned boots on ground COD. You know?
Thank you. That is awesome. We play it every day, and like every day I come in, I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to get in there and just, you know, grind away.
Yeah, and each year, you know, with the franchise, we intend to take a
Ses
step
duyuyor
forward.
musunuz? Oyunun sesi, yani yayının sesini.
Is definitely that. It's the next chapter. We're progressing things. And one of the things you mentioned that I think we'll be talking a lot about today is this player freedom in a lot of different ways. Adam, what can we expect?
Açabilirim çünkü daha. Yayın donuyor.
Exciting. And look, there's going to be a lot to dive into. We're going to be pretty much here the entire time talking through this and then pointing out things that we see, things that catch our attention that we want to highlight for the community. And as it stands right now, I mean, we have all these incredible creators, Stephanie, that are participating in this. And you know that they're loving every minute of it. Playing some Kill Confirm with the homies, always a good time.
Yeah, I think we want to start off with talking about maps. There's so much to talk about, but let's start small for today. We're going to be playing 5 maps here, and those are the 5 multiplayer 6v6 maps that are in.
Şu an benim sesim nasıl? Ona da gaz veriyorum bir yandan. Şöyle yapayım. Dedim bu niye donuyor?
Beta. Greg, you want to take us through what we're going to see?
Yeah, of course. Well, right now we're watching a little bit of Skid Row, and that is, you know, a great map.
Adamların kendi yayınından bunlar bu arada.
And again, Rust is, there's so much happening in these maps, and you know, Adam, what else are we going to have in the beta?
Well, so Favela.
As Stephanie mentioned, today we're playing 5 of the 16 core 6v6s that we're launching on day 1 with Modern Warfare 3. So we're talking Favela, Estate, Rust, Skid Row, High Rise, all of which are stone cold classics that, you know, we've modernized to, you know, accommodate the Modern Warfare 3.
Eski klasik haritaları getireceklermiş. Onları modernize etmişler. Onu anlatıyor.
So really excited to get a little taste of what's going to be in the beta, and then you know, give players some excitement around what's launching on day 1.
It's really fun for me, as I had mentioned previously, you know, having played and competed way back in the day in Modern Warfare 2 and stuff, and seeing these maps return again, because like, you know, I look at Favela and I remember,
eski oyunları oynayanlar bu yeni haritaları tanıyacaklar. Hani yenilenmiş de olsalar temelden çok uzaklaşmamışlar.
Favela holds a special place in my heart for sure.
I think the coolest thing for me is dropping into a brand new set of maps, but having enough familiarity. I know right where I am, right? But a lot of what we've done and what we're going to see today are these great sledgehammer touches that you guys have brought to these.
Şu an orada oynayanları
made
izliyoruz.
modern for Modern Warfare 3.
That's right. We've stayed true to the original level design and layout of the original maps. So if you remember some sweet spots, some lines of sight from the originals, those are still going to be there. But we've also made some adjustments to just make them feel better for Modern Warfare 3's player movement and weapon feel. And we feel like it's a really happy medium and a great balance between the two.
Here's my personal favorite, Kim.
Agreed.
I would like to talk to you about this. Fellow high-rise stands, where are you at? I know you're back here.
I see players are already figuring out some of the Easter eggs of the original maps and how to get back into it.
Oh yeah, well there was only one way to try and take over bomb site and SMD.
Eski oyunları oynayanlar en azından haritaları yeniden öğrenmek zorunda kalmayacak.
Everybody yesterday, I saw all the creators at the red carpet event. They're all like, I'm sniping off the map. I'm sniping off the ladder on high res. Watch me. I'm a 360 off it. I'm like, oh, here we go. We're already there.
So good.
It was so important to us to keep all of those opening moves that you remember from back in the day, and being able to have those in the game, but also have this modernization of the movement, how we're able to work with
CS2 oynamadım ya daha adam gibi.
all of this stuff that we're watching in high res. You can
Şimdi
now
Call of Duty
go
geliyor,
over
ona
a lot of
bakamayız.
this with mantles, and you can go over, like you can use your slide canceling, you could do all of
Well, I
that.
was going to ask about that. Did
Eyvallah,
that
Sercan.
create a layer of, maybe some complexity with the slide canceling and stuff like that, like trying to ensure that the maps don't get just completely like turned upside down on its head?
It does, and one of the things about these maps is these maps were made 14 years ago, like, and to have that, like, we had to make them ready to go for 2023, right? We've added that modernization to them to what
Yeni bir oyun gibi değil tabii canım.
Game design changed a lot in those years.
DLC gibi aslında. Ya da aslında şöyle söyleyelim. Bu oyunla ilgili söyledikleri her şey İkinci, yani şu anki oyunda Modern Warfare 2'de olabilecek şeylerdi. Büyük ihtimalle yetiştirmemişler, yetiştirememişler. Bu oyun aslında geçen sene çıkan oyun olmalıydı.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And keeping that conversation going, what are the maps like? Because I know that there's going to be more down the line.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
Let's talk about the launch maps. Yeah.
So in addition to these 5 that we're playing today, day 1 on launch, we're going to get the
Bugün 5
rest of the
tanesini
16
gösteriyorlarmış.
OGs from 2009. So we're talking
16 tane
Karachi,
olacak.
Invasion, Afghan, Corey, Skid Row.
Bu haritaları tanıyoruz.
Sub-base, rundown. Yeah, like it's all there and on and on.
Oh, we got the scrap.
Yeah, so we're super excited to be bringing those. And in addition to those OGs, we have some new ground war maps that we're launching too. So we have 3 ground war maps that are brand new, which is the traditional
Yeni ground war haritaları da yapmışlar.
Gameplay. Yeah, so that's going to be an awesome
Valla Ferdi bence gayet hani oynanacak insan varsa multiplayer daha iyi yani. Ben Warzone'u o kadar beğenmiyorum.
Ground war. That is so for people like me who like, big crazy, like huge battles. Like this is so exciting.
Yeah.
Ground War is a great mode for that. And
kendi aramızda oynadığımız sürece tabii multiplayer bence daha zevkli.
Is another mode coming back that many of us know and love originally from Call of Duty World War II. And that is War Mode.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, we are super. I mean, War Mode holds a special place in my heart too. From 2017. It's a brand new map that's launching on day 1 as well. It's got the attacker-defender gameplay that we remember from the mode, the linear objectives, the buildables, the scripted events. It's really exciting to see that be part of our day 1 launch slate as well.
Awesome. So we've got Ground War, we've got Core 6v6, we've got War Mode, and a little something we're going to get to later in the show.
De War Mode varmış. O da scriptli, yani içinde bir sürü kendisinin eventi var.
And also playable in the beta.
Böyle kuru kuru birbirinizi öldürmüyorsunuz.
Yeah, it's really so cool to see a lot of these players get back to the roots, because you can even see it. Like something I always enjoyed about a lot of these like big reveal events, right, is everyone loads in, they're discovering these maps for the first time, they're seeing them with fresh eyes. But here, that's not the case. We got a lot of familiarity here, and now the fresh eyes are going to be like, what did they add? What did they contribute to like make this into their own?
Alırsam diye bir şey yok. Ferdi alacak, biliyoruz.
As a competitive guy, that you guys really focused on keeping the core of the maps.
We love these maps. Like we've adopted these maps internally at Sledgehammer. We treat them as our own. And we've gone through every nook and cranny, understanding them, understanding where all of the Easter eggs are, where all the line sites are. We have tons and tons of PowerPoints about it that just allow us to go through and really understand what makes these maps work. And then what we've done is we've taken that nostalgia and we've also added that modernization of spice on top of it, that when you're playing these, when you're coming back to them, it is familiar, but also new at the same time, where you're now able to mantle over things that you were never able to get to. You're able to get up on top of things. Right here, we're watching.
Bu oyunla yayın yapıyorum. Mecburum yani.
I live here. I live here.
Right on. And to Greg's point too, when these maps first came out in 2009, Hardpoint did not exist. Kill Confirm did not exist. So those are brand new modes for these maps that were never experienced.
Well, I'm interested to see how those modes potentially like elevate some of these maps that maybe were, you know, less played like competitively or even casually back in the day.
Whole new experience.
Whole new experience.
Yeah.
Whole new experience. You have some of those maps, those larger maps in.
Şey gazlamaya çalışıyorlar şimdi. Her ne kadar eski sevilen şeyleri geri getirseler de bu diyorlar yeni bir deneyim olacak. Ama ne kadar inandırıcı olacaklar bilmiyorum. İşte bu etkinlikler hep onun için yapılıyor. Tabii oraya hep yayıncıları çağırmışlar. Onlar kötü bir şey söyleyemeyeceklerine göre işine bize düşecek.
Well, we're watching some great kill confirmed action here. We've been flipping around a bit, and find me in that sniper lane. That's all I gotta say. I will be there. I will be waiting for you in the beta tomorrow.
This is so great.
ADS ready.
I know we've been talking a lot about the 20-year anniversary of Call of Duty, but like, what better way to celebrate that than like, you know, with
these
dropping all of these 16 day one. You know,
we're looking at high rise in 2023, and it's brand new. It's so cool. I'm just gonna take a moment to appreciate that. Like, you know, it's not every day that you get to not just go back.
Aynen, zaten eski oyunlardaki haritalar geri geliyor.
So much growing up.
Görüşürüz Sercan.
There are some streamers here who are younger than Call of Duty's launch, you know, 20 years ago. So they're going to get to experience this really
oyunda 20 yaşında.
for the first time ever. That has to feel quite liberating for you guys, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think really these maps hold up for, you know, old school veterans as well as like people who are brand new to Call of Duty. If this is your first game playing Call of Duty, you're obviously
never been a better time to jump in. Yeah, I mean you're absorbing so much of COD's history. To your point, what a better way to celebrate.
İlk oyunda daha doğmamış insanlar var burada diyorlar, doğru.
Maps returning in an all new way, and we're going to talk about all those new ways as part of the, you know, the innovations that you guys have brought to gameplay in just a second. But we want to remind the audience out there that while you're watching gameplay today, you will get to play it starting tomorrow. Take a look here at the beta schedule for players who pre-order on PlayStation starting tomorrow, and next week for players who order on Xbox and PC. The maps, modes, weapons you're seeing here today, those are in beta, and so are
Beta'nın tarihlerini görüyorsunuz.
In-game rewards for playing.
Önce PlayStation'da oynanacak.
Take a look, take notes here with the pros playing, tune into the stream, get some hot tips before you drop into your first match tomorrow.
That's right.
Sonra Xbox ve PC için açılıyor. Ön sipariş verenler için tabii.
Platforms just like going live, playing COD, like, and then again loading up and then seeing like Scrapyard or High Rise still just blows my mind. I genuinely am so excited about this. But you know, there are a lot of like maps that returning fans like myself definitely will enjoy. But you know, I love some new. You know, is there anything that we should be expecting, you know, like post-launch as far as like maps go?
Oh, definitely. I am very
ya Sony'nin ağlaması kadar yalan bir şey yok zaten canım.
Season 1, we have a bunch of new maps coming. So season 1 we're dropping 3, season 2 dropping 3 more new ones. So over the course of our entire live season there will be 12 new 6v6 maps.
Böyle tabii her sene aynı şeyi yapıyorlar diyoruz da işte adamın dediği doğru. 20 sene olmuş. Yani bunu 20 yaşında oynayan adam şu an 40 yaşında. Çoktan çoluk çocuğa karıştı, öldü. Bir şeyler oldu, gitti. Alttan gelen yeni 20'likler var. Onların açısından bakın. Onlar mesela ilk defa bu oyunu oynayacaklar. Retro Short, evet. Öyle olacak diyorlardı zaten. Hızlanacak diyorlardı. Şu an tabii oynamış gibi hissedemeyiz belki ama bu görüntülerden anlaşılıyor ki hızlanmış.
Folks, get excited. I mean, the community has been thrilled. I can't wait to see it in action here today. I'll be taking notes on which ones we know are the ringers of the group. I think we have a good feeling.
Somebody voted for Estate, it looks like. Here we're looking at Estate.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Somebody voted for that. Yeah, that's a good one for snipers.
I like Estate.
Yep.
I think we have an idea of where the maps are going to land in the voting, but when you account for the new modes, the modes that you were never playing in there before, when you get into hard point and you need that space to have that rotation, it'll be interesting to see what ones are popping up.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I want to jump into a private match lobby with my friends and run around and see where the hard points are on
yani sadece eski sevenlerine satarak bu kadar çok satamazlar yani mümkün değil.
Nameless in the back about this. It's like these maps now, like you have maps like Skid Row that could actually like be potentially viable, like competitively, which is quite exciting. It just changes the entire like feel of the offering, which we didn't have back then.
We've honestly already been talking to CDL a little bit about some of their favorites, about what they might want to play, and it's great to get their feedback early on to see how the competitive.
All right, we're looking at Lupo, my guy Lupo. He is
evet, yorucu.
loadout editor.
Yani bunun mouse'ını oynadığınız zaman yoruluyorsunuz.
And Kim, I would love if you would take us through what we're seeing here and how loadout select has changed and what players can expect.
Valla Okan evet başka opsiyonda kalmadığı için yapsınlar. Kim bağlıyor onları?
So we've split up the perks into 3 different categories. We have boots, gloves, and gear. And you're going to see some
silindi gitti. Ben Call of Duty oynamayı Battlefield yüzünden bırakmıştım. 1'i, 2'yi, 3'ü. Bundan daha çok oynadım yani ben. Bana daha çok hitap ediyordu. Şimdi adını almıyorum. Benim bu oyuna dönüşümün sebebi Battlefield'ın yok olması aslında.
So we really like to add that sort of context for players to understand what they're bringing in for perks.
Yeah, it's different, it's logical, but you're also going to see some of the same perks that we know and love. So Call of Duty fans will be familiar with them, but presented in an all new way. What are you guys most excited about to see here with players getting into that loadout edit, kind of customizing these builds out for their playstyles?
I think for me, it's all of the movement aspects of it, right? So we have so many things that are on there on perks that are around. We have one that allows you
bayağı yayıncı toplamışlar bakıyorum da oraya. O listeye.
Greg, I've been using the tack pads.
And then we have the lightweight boots. We have the canvas sneakers.
Evet, ses çıkarmayan bot var.
Look,
bot derken ayağımıza giyilen.
I need all the help I can get. We need all the things.
So, and those are just going to cancel out your noise when you're moving around. They're going to eliminate footsteps.
The true silent movement perk is back.
Is there.
Can confirmed, have used it, heard nothing. So it is very silent.
Hopefully it was only footsteps.
Oh yeah, no, I could. Well, also, I mean, I can't hear it anymore either. Old age, anyway. No.
Keep making these old jokes. I don't know what's happening.
But hey, I guess when you're talking about Call of Duty having been around for so long, it's just amazing how we've all just grown up with this, right? And you guys are seeing these things that happened back then. The way the game was made, and you're taking ways to like improve upon it while also again keeping it very familiar. But
oyunun vuruş hissi çok iyi tabii canım. Fiyatıyla da sağlam vuruyor şu an. Yani bize ekstra vuruyor.
You guys bringing back that classic radar, right? You got your mini map with red dots on there.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm glad that came back in.
Yeah, we are too. I mean, so any unsuppressed weapon fire will show up as a red dot on the mini-map, and we think it's really just a core intel piece for our player base for Modern Warfare 2.
Bu arada oyunda şey vardı ya, Ghost, o da duran adamları korumayacakmış, hareket edince Ghost olacakmışsınız, öyle bir şey okudum. Pusmayı engelleyecek.
I know how I'm going to flank. I know where we're going to go. You can strategize more with your teammates. So, we really just felt that bringing back the classic was absolutely the way to go.
It's classic gameplay returned to classic maps. I think to your point, on these maps it makes perfect sense, especially with the familiarity.
Oyunun eski köklerine dönmesini övüyorlar. Bu da işte başka bir iki yüzlülük. Önce yeni bir şeyler yapıyorsun. Eskiyi bırakıyoruz diyorsun. Olmuyor. Sonra eskiye döndüğünü överek anlatıyorsun. Madem klasik iyiydi, niye bozdunuz derler adama. Yani bizleriz de onlar diyemezler.
Animation cancel, reload animation cancel, they're both back.
Yeah. So we felt really strongly about bringing back slide cancel and reload cancel. You know, and in both of those things, really the core
Allah
was
Buğra
we
öyle diyorsun da
wanted players to feel responsive.
Nicki Minaj çıktı. Biz o hafta hep onlara öldük. Yani birileri para verip almış. Demek ki adamlar haklıymış. Nasıl kızacaksın? Onlar tabii daha çok Warzone'un halt etmesi.
We're just so happy that we have it back in, and we know that I think we feel that players are really going to be happy these things are back in.
Awesome. We're going to see it a lot here today. I'm sure we have our movement kings and queens getting around the map in new and interesting ways. Now, Greg, time to kill, or TTK. Always a hot topic with our players, with our community. It's complex. It has a lot of different moving pieces.
Hani daha kötü ne olabilir derken adamlar hep daha kötüsünü gösterdiler o skinlerde. Ama şeyi unutuyoruz, küçümsüyoruz. Oynayanların kötülüğünü küçümsediğimiz için. Yani daha kötüsü olamaz diyoruz.
Only the exact details. So rather than 100 health, we have 150 health across all of our players.
So that's got parity with Warzone.
So that is parity with Warzone. What's
O
currently live
dandik skinleri alanlar olduğu sürece adam daha da aşağı iner yani.
Modern Warfare 3 Season 1 as well. And what we've also done with that time to kill, so what you're going to notice is it's much more consistent across the board. So we've eliminated some of these spikes that we've had in the past because our modifiers, so we have modifiers on when you get a headshot, it does more damage. When you do a limb shot, it does less damage. So we've kind of normalized those and closed the gap between them. And what that allows for you as a player is you're able to really have this experience where it's consistent. So when you're putting bullets on target, it is now like you get that feeling, you get that rhythm back into your gameplay, and you're able to go from combat to combat and start to feel that pace of combat, especially with our hit markers now, like the sound effect. If you haven't had a chance to listen to them, like they're fantastic. The audio team's done a great job with
Evet, CS2'den çok şikayet var. Yani bitmemiş oyunu çıkarmışlar gibi gözüküyor.
Visuals as well, so you're also notice that headshot hit marker. So that's when that extra damage is going to come into play, and it's normalized across the board. So it is a little longer. You could respond to getting shot. Like as soon as you start to see your screen light up red, you can pull away, you can get into cover, and really take that engagement in the way that you want to take that engagement.
Yeah, I think with those visual identifiers and with the audio cues, kind of taking that step forward.
Şey anlatıyor şu son 5 dakikada. Vuruşun ve vurulmanın etkilerini anlatıyordu. Daha belirgin olacakmış. Bir de ona cevap verme sürenizi, yani hani küt diye ölmek yerine bir şeyler yapabilmenizi sağlayacaklarmış. Bakalım nasıl olacak. Bu oyunda hızlanmışken hem de.
What you're doing with tactical gameplay. It is a mix. It's right in between your aim down the sight, so you're very pinpoint accuracy and your hip fire. So the hip fire is going to be that big spread that you have. And so what it allows you to do is when you're in ADS, you can actually go in and toggle tac stance.
We just saw the UI pop up on
sweet. There
the screen.
It is. There's tac stance
it's gonna appear as down on the D-pad for those of
and
you
for any
watching
sweats out there, I think it's important to note this is kind of it takes like an assault rifle and turns it into almost like a little bit of a sub where you can kind of like push corners a little bit more aggressively with it.
It's great for a CQB.
Yeah. So it feels like you're getting the best of both worlds with it, while also still obviously you're not going to get the full benefits of using an SMG.
And so those LMGs, like being able to take those longer range.
Tüfekleri ADS modunda işte şimdi yaptığı gibi aldığında sanki SMG kullanıyormuş şu halini söylüyor gibi hissettiriyor dedi.
Inside, indoors, going in those warehouses is a fabulous mechanic to have.
We just saw it here. We're seeing some clips of it. Yep.
Yeah, and it is very good. Having used it myself, I can see the application for it, and I think we're going to see some awesome outplay opportunities. Like players are going to go nuts with that feature.
It's also nice just if you have a specific playstyle. Adam, you mentioned it's really great for close quarters combat, which is personally what I have used it for when I've been playtesting with you guys. But I think
vuruş hissinde çok değişiklik olmayacak herhalde ama.
If you're not into it, don't use it. You know, it's an option. It's again that optionality for players.
Yani gördüğüm kadarıyla çok farklı değil.
And there are option settings for that tac stance. Right now it's on the down D-pad. If you're not a controller masher like I am, I get in there, I panic a little bit. There's options for you to allow you to put it on your stick, which, well, if you're not a keyboard and mouse player, and you can go in and it is much more like it is a skill at that point, being able to utilize that in those close quarters combat.
Right. Adam,
Onu
I see you
bilmiyorum İrfan.
studying gameplay intently. We're on
PCG'yiz.
Rust here.
I love me some Rust. And just talking about
Biz gerçekten vuruyoruz. Aim assist kullanmıyoruz.
Running a shotgun a second ago. Now we're doing something with an AR. There's snipers up at the top of the tower. There's, on a map like this, that's
a lot of variety.
Yeah, that's really like fast gameplay. You can still see it. It's viable for all different play styles, which is really exciting.
Yeah, there really is nothing better than grabbing a shotty and just running around the map and.
I mean, he just had the Renetti out. He's going ham with it.
Going in.
You got all different options here. We're probably going to see a lot of that on Rust today.
Taking a hard point right now.
Well, this has been really fun to check out, and we have plenty more to watch, without a doubt, here. But we're going to take a quick break from the gameplay for a brief second. We actually wanted to mention an awesome partnership between Call of Duty and the Hundreds. Now, you're taking a look here. We should be seeing in a moment at a limited edition Call of Duty Hundreds clothing line, and you have a chance to win one of these 50
Bunlar tabii oyundan pahalı.
So simple. All you got to do is follow @Call of Duty on X or Twitter, and make sure you tweet or post hashtag CODNext and hashtag sweepstakes for a chance to win one of 50 sets.
Evet, İrfan duyarsanız iyi olur bak gerçekten. Geri bildirimi.
Hashtags for a chance to win a set from this awesome lineup. And let's just go ahead and jump right back into the gameplay. And Greg, we'll toss one over to you here. So for anyone who has been playing Modern Warfare 2, right? We now know like their inventory. That's going to be making its way over to this game.
O kıyafetler Türkiye'de satılmayacağı için yurt dışından almak lazım. Gümrükten bile zor geçer onlar. Kıyafet tarzı şeylere çok takıyorlar.
We call this carry forward. We talked a little bit about it before. We had some blog posts about it. But with carry forward, all of your investment into Modern Warfare 2 is coming over into Modern Warfare 3. So any weapon that you unlock
Modern Warfare 2'de yaptığınız her şey 3'e de geçiyor. Bütün anlıklar. Açtığınız operatörler, satın almış olabilirsiniz, açmış olabilirsiniz. Yok İbrahim, zaten en başından beri bütün olay eskiye dönmek üzerine kurulu. Eski haritalar, eski gameplay, her şey.
That's coming with
But don't worry, the grind is still there for the Modern Warfare 3 weapons because it has its own set of completionist camos as well that you can go in and grind your heart out for those and go ahead and get those, in the game.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of the other new challenges coming to Modern Warfare 3 in a little bit, but exciting to hear that the camo grind is real. We'll be back on it before we know it. More to come soon.
Oh yeah.
Valla hile hurdayla başa çıkılamaz ben zannetmiyorum.
Well, speaking of weapons though, I love the fact that we're going to get carried forward. I like the fact that there's plenty as we were seeing.
Çünkü temelinde tabii teknoloji var gibi gözüküyor hilenin ama asıl sorun şeref yoksunluğu. Buna çözüm bulunamayacağı için insanlarda hile her zaman olacak.
We have new global attachments as well that are available that you can use across all of your weapons.
Wow.
Yeah, even the Modern Warfare 2 weapons. And then we have 20+ operators that are there for you to unlock and be able to use and experience.
If you don't mind me asking, how it must have been a fun challenge to take those weapons from MW2 and then bring them over to MW3 and like really try.
Oh yeah, it's been a fun challenge.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah, it's been great, and being able to have all of those weapons and being able to have your arsenal come with you is an amazing experience.
So it was important to you guys to have that.
It is. It's very important for us to honor our players and be able to take all of that. But you spent a year in this game. We need to bring that into the next.
Hileyi kimin sattığı önemli değil. Sonuçta bana satabiliyor mu? Bu kadar basit satamıyor. Ben talep ediyor muyum? Etmiyorum. Olay bende bitiyor.
All the bells and whistles.
All the bells and whistles is there. But being able to have those weapons, being able to make it work with all of the attachments, we're actually doing tuning on those weapons as well, so they're not going to be exactly the same. They're going to
get the balance pass.
Yeah, they're going to have the essence of the Modern Warfare 2 weapons, but they're not going to be one-to-one. You can actually go in and.
Yani şu oyunda hile yapan adamla gerçek hayatta da hiçbir iş yapamazsın, ben sana söyleyeyim. Herhangi bir oyunda hile yapan birisiyle emin ol gerçek hayatta da düzgün bir insan olmasının imkanı yok.
And that brings up attachment tuning. Attachment tuning is coming to Modern Warfare 3.
It is. It's part of Modern Warfare 2. It's part of that carry forward.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, excellent stuff. I think we're all just happy that, you know, what I had already used is gonna come with me.
Nicki Minaj is coming with you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
That was what I needed to know about. You know, not Spawn. Although I do love me some Spawn.
The Barbs are thrilled. Kim, we are seeing some
Eyvallah.
epic-looking skins and weapons on our creators here today. In fact, right now, if you look at the screen, check that out. I believe these are from the Modern Warfare 3 Vault Edition. Can you give us some additional info?
Yeah, happy to. So what you're seeing right now are the
Ya en
weapons
azından
camos that are
harita
gonna be in
sayısı
our Vault Edition. There's a blue
eskilerin
and a red
iyisi
version,
de
so
olsa
the
artmış
Crimson
oluyor.
Fates is what
Hiç
we're
olmazsa
calling
bir
one
o
of them.
artısını
Carbon
gördüm şu ana
Fate is
kadar.
the other. And these will be applicable on 4 different weapons if you get the Vault Edition, plus all of their attachments. And they're reactive, so the better you do in the match, the more eliminations
Ama ben de
you
şeye
get in a
katılıyorum.
match, the more you'll start to see that
Büyük bir
visual
DLC
change
aslında
on
yani
your
yeni
weapon.
oyun dememek lazım.
And as you can see also, the operators have their own versions of this.
Hele
So
ki
the
bir
Nemesis
önceki oyuna
skin,
sahip olanlar
so there is
olduğu
a
gibi
blue
geçtiği için
version and a
onlar
red
daha
version there.
az
The blue
hissedecekler
version goes
yeni bir şey
on
oynadıklarını
Price
bence.
and Ghost, and the red version goes on Warden and Makarov. Those are the 4 operators that get these skins. Same reactive text.
Bu yayının bir
See
programı
a
yok mu
little
yani
bit
şu
of the
saatte şu
silver,
olacak, şu
metallic,
saatte işte
shiny looking,
Warzone gözükecek
skin
şeklinde.
up on the hands and the torso.
Bir baksanıza bana.
The better you do in
Bak
the match.
yani
I
şey
see
ben
a
şu an
lot of
bakamıyorum
word hype
çünkü.
on the internet, so I think people are really excited to see her in action, and that skin in particular is awesome.
Eyvallah,
But
iyi
one thing
usta.
about the reactive skins, to your point, these are performance driven, so that effect actually will scale back if you stop getting kills, guys.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, got to do well.
Gotta keep
You want
that-
to you want to see the fun stuff on screen.
Yeah.
We need you to perform. So
Reactive
those
armor
will be
varmış.
awesome. People will be popping off having these awesome effects go around the map as well. And of course those are
Rengi
vault
değişiyormuş iyi oynadıkça ya da kötü
speaking
oynadıkça.
of the weapons and diving into it a little bit more, I understand as well that there is also a new system that you guys have on top of that with the aftermarket parts, right? Which that
Ha bir de bu çıktı başımıza. Aftermarket parçaları diye bir şey geliyor.
They kind of like make guns play in a different way just off of one part alone.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Here we're seeing a little bit of it where this is our LMG that has a bullpup conversion to it. So they're full conversion kits.
Bunları yani normal silahla mesela bu tabancayı alıyorsunuz ve SMG'ye döndürüyorsunuz. Şimdi normalde hani meta silahlar vardı. Herkes onları yapardı. Bu biraz o işi zorlaştıracak çünkü neyi neyle karıştıracağınızı bulmak yani çok fazla seçenek olacak bir anda.
To make it into an SMG.
And one of the coolest things is how you unlock these amps. So we're going to see
Evet evet. Hareket hızlandı. Zaten onu söylüyorlardı. Şimdi de görüyoruz.
I believe, but
Yani sanki çok yavaşmış gibi hızlanması da iyi bir şey mi bilmiyorum da. Aslında hızdan ziyade akıcılık hissiyatı. Yani bir şeyler yaparken engellere takılmamak ya da kolay aşmak gibi şeyler. Önemli olan.
Thankfully, it is every week. And then the reward for getting all of those challenges for that week is an aftermarket part. So the first 3 weeks that the game is out, we have an aftermarket part reward for those, completing those challenges.
Evet. İyisi oynayıcılarını izlerken başınız dönebilir.
Again, it just the through line with Modern Warfare 3. This is player choice, is player freedom. It's on this new way to customize the experience and let the player kind of choose the way to have their own play style reflected in those guns using the amps. It's super exciting.
Yeah, it definitely is. As we're going to continue to take just more of a look and enjoy the game as players continue to run around and get into some more shenanigans, playing some domination here as well on a state. I've done that many times. So, this is, again, it still just baffles my mind that I'm looking at, these maps in 2023, and I'm just excited to play them. Yeah, and even the movement. I'm just excited to play them then as I am now, like that is such a wonderful feeling to have. And then also on top of that too, just to see the way that, players can interact with the ways you build your classes. I really do like what you guys did with the perk system and how you contextualized it and made it like a physical thing. Was that like a desire to kind of just make it a bit more grounded, or what was the I guess the design choice on that rather than just going with pictures on a screen? You guys went for something quite bold.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really was a big part of the context for the players. You know, it's not just a UI menu with choices, you know, that were sort of ambiguous. It was a little bit, we wanted to make sure that you brought in your fighting load carrier, right? Your FLC was what we talked about, you know, internally is this thing where every piece of gear that you brought in did something meaningful for your loadout selection. So perks was a big part of that, you know, and we got a chance to look at the gear items, all inspired by real-world military tech and items, and you know, we were able to really figure out what goes with what and what are the remixes we want to make, and we think we came up with a really good and interesting field of choices in our perks this year.
So I don't know if you guys can see it. We're taking a look around the room at the moment. We actually have
Perklerden bahsettiler ama çok açıklamadılar.
Tower. I'm going to call it a tower.
Pretty epic in here.
It's absolutely wild in here, and everyone is very focused on their play. It all of a sudden, oh hey, that's us. Oh hey guys. GG's.
Hello.
So we've got this big giant room filled with Modern Warfare 3.
Bunların hepsi yayın da yapıyor tabii şu an şeylerde, kendi kanallarında.
And as Ted Timmons would say, the vibes are good. We're going to hear Ted talk about vibes.
I do want to point out that screen you're looking at there, that, you know, the logo, the Modern Warfare, that's a screen. And behind there are all the players that are behind that screen, which is so cool. I didn't even know there was a thing that you could do. 15 years in this industry, still continuously to be shocked by new tech that comes out all the time.
This is Call of Duty, baby.
Yeah, you guys go big. I respect it.
Cutting edge.
Uf,
yeah, love
çok
it.
fark
Love to see
yemişler.
it here. We're getting a few of these games wrapped up, but there's definitely this sense in the room of like, all right, Q next, go next.
Türkiye'den kimseyi çağırıyorlar mı bilmiyorum. Ben zannetmiyorum. Hiç görmedim yani.
Come into the office and I boot up the game, get into a match as quickly as possible, and start playing. And it is just fun to watch.
Biz beta çıkar çıkmaz oynayacağız canlı yayında.
Like earlier, we were watching a circuit around the estate house, and that movement just looks so hot going through it. So like being able to mantle, being able to, we have sprint when you're tack sprinting. We actually increase the mantle speed so it feels more fluid as you're going across, and we're regenerating your tack sprint as you're sprinting as well.
Orada mı o? Ha evet, Amerika'ya gideceğim demişti, doğru. Ama ben ne için gittiğini bilmiyordum.
Battle Rage is back. It's actually moved into
O Call of Duty'ci mi ya, ben bilmiyorum.
So it is very powerful. So if you take that, we have an awesome vest, the engineering vest, that allows you to take 2 tacticals. As maybe we didn't touch on the vest.
Actually, yeah, let's
Fark yiyen takım o herhalde.
So the vest is a really big piece of that. Like, it is our main core piece of gear. Kim touched on how we contextualized everything.
Eyvallah Murat.
That vest is, we're contextualizing what you're actually putting into the game. So it's going to dictate what, you know, your tacticals, what tactical slots you have, how many you can take, how many lethals you can take, how many, you know, well, you get one glove. So you can't take multiple gloves. But how many gear slots you can actually have.
Pinti Panda'yı biliyorum canım. Ama onun bu iş için oraya gittiğini bilmiyordum. Amerika'ya gittiğini görmüştüm de herhalde söylemedi mi, ne yaptı, ben mi kaçırmışımdır belki.
So those are things like what we used to call hardline or high alert, sit in that slot, and now you can take both of them at the same time.
Ama Call of Duty oyuncusu, onu bilmiyorum anlamında söyledim. Ben yayınlarında görmedim çünkü. Bana denk gelmedi ya da.
Correct. In beta there are 4,
So in beta there are 4. Expect to see those tomorrow. Infantry vest, engineer.
Öyle meşhur bir Call of Duty yayıncısı var mı Türkiye'de? Zaten. O da ayrı bir soru.
That is going to allow your
yani bütün yayınlarını Call of Duty'ye böyle ayıran.
It is the core. Like if you're familiar with Call of Duty, I imagine most of our people watching are. That is your core loadout. So you have your your normal 3 perks, and you get your tactical, lethal, primary, secondary. And what's cool about the vests is they actually have perks baked into them. So with the infantry vest baked in right away, you're getting that tack sprint refresh even faster. And also a little bit of an extended time there. And one of the things that we've done across the board is we've increased that tack sprint, and we've also
Tuna'nın genel ratingi
much more faster ADS
yüksek olduğu için çağırmışlardır.
Yeah, I do like how you guys have managed to take a lot of the vests and stuff and then make it also combined with other things or like really have everything kind of synergized.
Evet, benim de hissiyatım o. Yani Türkiye'de Call of Duty yani yayını yapan için aslında iyi bir şey değil. Çok o kadar biz Warzone'un en janjanı zamanında bile hani o kadar memnun değildik de biz öyle bir amacımız yoktu. O yüzden umursamadık. Biz oyunu sevdiğimiz için oynuyorduk. Ama yayıncı olsaydım Call of Duty'ye çok yatırım yapar mıydım? O Türkiye'de sanıyorum yapmazdım.
Yeah, and we love that we are going into these matches. You're making decisions. You have to make those decisions before you go in.
Onun da sebebi oyunun çok pahalı olması. Warzone'u da harcadılar. Oyunu kendileri bozdu. Pandemi zamanı çıktı. Hani çok başarılı olmasının sebebi biraz da oydu. İşler normale dönünce Warzone'un da gazı kaçtı. Eyvallah Murat.
I haven't seen anybody get one yet. I've seen a couple streaks pop off, but I'm wondering about
Evet, Call of Duty sistemde istiyor doğru. Yani mesela ben FPS testi yaparken en son incelediğim sistemde vardı hatta. Göstermiştim orada. Rainbow Six Siege'i kullanıyorum. 1080p low yapıyorum. 500 FPS çıkıyor. Call of Duty'de hiçbir zaman low yaptığım zaman böyle yüksek FPS almıyorum. Her zaman düşük ayarda bile %80'in üstünde grafik kartı bottleneck'i gözüküyor. Yani düşüğe alır hızlı oynarız taktiği bile çok işlemiyor Call of Duty'de kötü bir ekran kartınız varsa. Ama Rainbow Six'i işte monitörünüz 144 ise 144'te oynarsınız. 165 ise 165'te oynarsınız. O ayarı bulursunuz. Call of Duty'de iyi makine şart.
We have something called the ACS, which is affectionately called the capture bot on the dev team. So it's basically this box that you throw down on a DOM point or hard point.
O yüzden Türkiye gibi ülkelerde ilginin de azalması normal. Ki şimdi bu işte 2000 küsür lira. Nasıl olacak? Nasıl taban bulacak kendine? Warzone bedava diyebiliriz ama Warzone'da Call of Duty'ye bağlı. Orada da hani biraz iddiası olanlar bir tane Call of Duty, o senenin Call of Duty'sini alması gerekiyor bir noktada.
Crafted the master plan to capture this point.
I was pretty proud of myself. It was pretty epic.
Yok, teknoloji bozuk değil zaten. Yani grafik yoğunluğu yüksek bu oyunun. Hani düşükte bile.
He drops 100 and shipment, guys. Don't believe it.
No, it was an awesome moment. So yeah, we just have a bunch
ya mobil tarafı ayrı bir dünya zaten.
in terms of lethals, tacticals, field equipment, streaks. We have the Guardian that gets a lot of love.
Konsolda oynayan o açıdan da şanslı oluyor. O adamın öyle bir derdi yok mesela. Donanımım iyi kötü derdi yok onda. Oyun çıksın yeter.
And it doesn't actually eliminate players. For those of you who are going to stay tuned for Warzone later, which is hopefully all of you, I think we're going to see a lot of the Guardian in Battle Royale later.
Şimdi şu oyun esnasında bizim Tuna'da var mı?
It's almost like a stun grenade.
Ömer teşekkürler. Varsa ve göstermiyorlarsa da ayıp yani. Bu Call of Duty'nin resmi yayını.
You know, like everybody won't show up on the minimap in this certain area. But the counter to that is like everyone can see
the active area. Yeah, so you'll get ghost, I believe you said, if you're inside the vicinity of the comp scrambler, but you can see where it's
Ben hala Game Pass'e geleceğini sanmıyorum.
Expect to be
yeah, as soon as you throw it down, everybody knows where it is. They just kind of, you're kidding in that bubble for a little while,
which could be very useful indoors. I think that's a very cool tool to have. So, but before we wrap up the convo here on Core 6v6, I wanted to ask
Eyvallah İbrahim.
About ranked play.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Greg, what can you tell us, and can you give us any details
Teknolog ben de öyleydim. Ben single player'larını oynamadım Call of Duty'lerin. Daha önce de söylemiştim. Zerre umurumda değildi hikayesi. Alıp hemen multiye dalardık. Ben şimdi oynuyorum single'ını. O da yayın yapıyorum diye yani.
mid-season one.
Sometime during season one.
We will
yeah.
have it
Eyvallah.
out, and that's when it's going to launch because we want enough time
O yüzden
where players can get familiar
zaten
with everything,
şey
they can understand
kaç
what's
saatte?
happening within the
5-6
game,
saatte bitiyor yani
start
bu
to
single
build those
player.
restrictions
Yayında
within the game,
bitiriyorum
and
çok
you can
rahat.
find
2
out
yayında
more
bitiyor.
from, Treyarch as we go through development.
As we get closer, we're going to be talking more about it, but excited to say that later in season 1 we will have a ranked play coming to
İşte aynen.
Modern Warfare 3. But that wraps up
Ben orijinal Modern Warfare'lerin hikayelerini falan hiç bilmiyorum. Ben bu karakterlerin hepsiyle son yıllarda tanıştım.
It's called Cutthroat. It is awesome.
Eyvallah teknolog.
There's so much to get into there. But first we have a quick special announcement for all of our PlayStation players
Ghost'u
out
bilirdim.
there like me.
O da
Take a
sadece
look.
çok yüzü olduğundan oyunun. Mesela arkadaşlar ağlardı Captain Price diye böyle dua okurlardı. Ben de he evet ya yazık oldu falan derdi. Bilmiyorum ki kim bu adam?
That's cute.
Ya da onları Twitch'te oynadığım için silinip gittiler. Bizim gerçek Kaptan Price'ımız var. Mehmet Şimşek. Bütün fiyatlar ondan soruluyor.
Announcing the PlayStation exclusive Lockpick Operator Pack, including the fan-goated Lockpick Operator skin, the American Gothic blueprint, and the Starry Knife melee weapon blueprint. Lockpick is a cunning art feat with noble motivation.
Bunun grafikleri eski nesil dedik mi ya, dememişizdir.
Güzel
de her zaman grafikleri. Battlefield daha iyi demiş olabiliriz. O olabilir, onu demişizdir. Her şeye eski nesil demişizdir kesin. Parçalanma yok ya. Ona kesin laf atmışızdır.
Did you know she was an art thief?
I didn't know she was an art thief. I was like, Thomas Crown Haver, hello, it's me. But we're about to head into live gameplay action for a brand new
maç var, doğru.
Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer.
Çok uzatmayacağım zaten. Bu adamların plansızlığıyla iş yapılmaz.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by HyperX, the official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. We're all gamers. TCL, play like a pro on the big screen with TCL Q-Class QLED TVs, up to 98 inches. Movement, the official timekeeper of Modern Warfare 3. Go to mvmt.com/COD to see the limited edition watch collab. Backbone, level up
Olur
your
Murat,
play
yapalım.
with Backbone and Call
Ben
of
hiç
Duty
yapmadım da.
Mobile. And Lovesack.
Görenlere yapanlara imreniyorum.
Call of Duty Next, bringing unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Lazer tek diye bir şey vardı. Hala var mı? O kapalı ortamda oynanıyordu. Onu oynamıştım. O da hoşuma gitmişti.
Call of Duty Next here at the Creators Arena. Everyone's getting ready to hop into the brand new mode, Cutthroat, and this is going to be a unique one because
ya eski grafik yok ya.
V3 action. So you
Ben
have a little
katılmıyorum
bit
ona.
of
Sadece
there going on.
yeni teknoloji ekleme konusunda yavaşlar. İşte patlama dinamikleri, yıkılma dinamikleri hiç eklenmedi. Lazım bence.
As long as your squad can take out the other two squads, that's how you're going to win. It is inspired by
Yani şöyle lazım. Battlefield düzeyinde istemiyorum. Zaten oyunda tank mank yok hani. Ama Siege kadar olmalı. Rainbow Six Siege'da o patlayabilirlik oyuna inanılmaz boyutlar katıyor. Her şeyde patlamasın, tamam, ona da razıyız. Ama içinde pusulabilecek binalar, dolaşılabilecek binalarda mutlaka ağır hasar olabilmeli. Yani ben bir sniper'ın yerini tespit ettikten sonra onun yanındaki duvarı kırıp adamı vurabilmeliyim. Kritik binalar Siege haritaları gibi olmalı.
That's a fun little way to, come back after.
What led you guys to want to make this mode? What was the inspiration behind it?
It was gunfight in a lot of
Ya da
ways.
sen pusacakken yanındaki sokağı göremiyorsan yanındaki duvarı patlatıp bir görüş açısı açabilmelisin. Ve bunlar hep böyle el bombası C4 düzeyinde olacak. Yani bütün binayı indirmek hadi olmasın ama bina içindeki yapıları kırabilmeliyiz artık yani 2023 senesinde. Sırf taktik avantaj sağlamak için bu arada.
Providing the squads with weapons, you can actually bring your blueprints and your loadout with you.
Yep, that's right.
And it is sweaty.
It is a sweaty game.
I am so excited to see these guys play it because they're awesome at the game anyway. We see Dr. Lupo here. He is
Lupo'ya
cutthroat, and of course the objective, the capture
öncelik
point
veriliyor
at the
yayında.
end is
already there.
for the overtime mechanic.
Oh, he's down.
But you can't get downed, but and picked up by your teammates. Now, what happens
Not
when
anymore.
Not anymore. So now when you're eliminated, you're out. That's it. You gotta wait for the next round.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
No
The
respawn.
rounds are quick.
Yeah.
They go really.
Ne oynuyor
really
bunlar?
fast. We spent a
Hangi
lot of
mod?
time making sure that you just weren't sitting there with, you know, dead air essentially.
Adam vuruldu ve
watching your
oyuna
teammates
dönemiyor.
have fun. And that flag there is now available, so they can go and capture that flag. Whoever, well, they got eliminated, but whoever gets that flag first, just like Gunfight, is going to do it.
Okay.
Between rounds, though, we rotate where that flag is because, again, geometry, that triangle, right? We could put it in the center every time, but it gets a little different.
Vurma grafiği mi değişmiş? Yani ekstra bir şeyler görüyorum Crosshair'ın üstünde.
Yeah, exactly. And you're experiencing these maps in brand new ways.
Ya
It is a lot of fun
Panda'yı
to have in there.
konuşturmak dışında ben oyunda göremiyorum.
Really cool hair.
I was gonna say something, but as a person who has none, I figured I would.
Şu açıların hiçbirinde denk gelemedim ben ona.
If anything, awesome. It looks a lot like the Operator Oz in Modern Warfare 2, actually.
Yeah.
Oyun bitimindeki listede de adını göremedim.
Back into Cutthroat again. I'm very interested.
Yani çok fazla oyuncu var. Biz belki bir kısmını izliyoruz. Yani tabii ki bir kısmını izliyoruz da hani takım olarak da bir kısmını. Sürekli aynı iki takımı izliyoruz gibi hissediyorum. Yani onların yayını verilmiyor sanki. Şimdi Lupo falan çok ünlü adamlar.
When do I want to go in? When does I want to have my team rush in?
Is that what you do? You would throw a smoke? You'd throw a smoke right here, Greg?
No, there's no reason to throw a smoke.
3 tane lahmacun 105 lira mı?
Oh, there's the breacher drone.
Çok iyi almışsın, fazla iyi.
Okay. I love this guy's strat. It's good
Et
strat.
mi? Etse ne et?
EMD grenade, which would be great in this situation because you just throw it out, pop it, and then if you get another player on the team, that they're going to show up constantly on your mini map for your entire team.
So to me, EMD grenade a little bit like a snapshot, but it actually is going to stick to the enemy player.
It does.
That player will then get a prompt. You might be able to tear it off, I believe.
Yeah, you just pull it right out.
But it'll track you around the map and like have way more visibility on the enemy squad there. EMD very clutch.
Be very overpowered if you hit them.
Yeah.
Yedikçe indirim kuponu diye bir şey mi var? O nasıl şey?
Because I actually do like that one because it's kind of like a Molotov.
Ben dışarıdan yemediğim için unuttum gitti bunlar. Hiç uygulama falan da yok.
And then also has area denial as well.
Yeah, it has area denial and it bounces.
Paket servisi unuttum gitti. Yiyeceksem kendim gidiyorum.
Get that frag effect.
Yeah. And
şu vuruşta Crosshair'ın üstünde 2 tane çizgi çıkıyor. O öyle miydi ya? Başkasını izleyince fark ediyorum böyle.
Just hit a clutch headshot. He is now he picked up his teammate and we're swapping over to Favela.
Oh yeah.
I love this map.
Yine oldu.
What's your favorite, Adam?
Out of these 5 we're playing today,
yeah,
I have to go with Favela. I know.
Gövde farklı, headshot farklı, onu biliyoruz da.
Amongst us, yeah.
I too am a Favela stand.
But I'm just looking at it. This is beautiful.
Greg, you're the tiebreaker here. We've got 2 for high rise.
I love them all. They're all my babies.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
That's no favorite children.
Yok hadi ben de öyle yapıyorum da kendim gidiyorum. İşte Kadıköy'de oturmanın bir avantajı olsun bari. Bak burada hep tek çizgi var, vuruş çizgileri. Bir de çift çizgi olan var.
Well, you're gonna be alone.
Look at that. You split the vote. How could you?
Bu arada yayının başında biraz sorun yaşadım. Onun da sebebi şu. Windows 10'da bırakmıştım ben benim makineyi. Çünkü riske giremiyorum canlı yayınlarda. Windows 11 çıktığında geçirmedim bunu. Oyun makinesine geçirmiştim. İşte geçen hafta nihayet Windows 11'e geçmesine izin verdim. Sürekli ağlıyordu.
see down the hill.
Ha yine oldu o. Çift çizgi.
Yeah, you know, and I am trash.
Any new windows?
Well, no. I'm sorry.
Bir sorun çıkmadı ama tabii bazı ayarlar değiştiği için ilk başta ilk canlı yayın bu Windows 11'le yaptım.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay.
Ses ayarları değişti. Windows 10 ile 11 arasında ses yönetim farklı. Bence daha iyi Windows 11. Şimdi ayarları oturtmaya çalışıyorum. Mikrofonum değişti. Onu da ilk defa bugün kullanıyorum. Sonunda işte o yüzden ayarları, gain ayarları yoktu.
Unique and different and modern for the type of gameplay we're going to see here in Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah. Well, while we have a moment and we're looking at Cutthroat, let's talk about some of the other modes as well. Ground War is one that I want to talk about. We touched on a little bit earlier on. I want to dive back into it.
Yayını bitirirken onu bir de test edeceğiz zaten sizle.
You got large scale maps that are going to be coming at launch, and you know, I guess Kim, like, give us a rundown on Ground War because I'm very excited for this.
Network'le bağlı verdi. Ağlı. Ama gigabitle olmuyor. Hızlı bağlantı lazım. Yani 1 gigabit yetmiyor iki bilgisayar arasında.
And we will be showcasing 3 new Ground War maps at launch with 2 of them being playable in the open beta.
5'le bağlı. Yok, 2.5'la bağlılar şu an.
The Levin resort that we just saw there.
Yeah, right. So in the beta we have Popov Power and Orlov Military Base.
Orlov Military Base.
But these are the 3. Yeah.
Capture kartlarıyla da olur. Kartlar ama
we also have a few
gerek
new
yok.
vehicles, so
Böyle
during
daha
the
iyi.
open beta you'll be able to
Hiç
play,
gecikme
I
olmuyor.
believe, 2 new vehicles to Modern Warfare 3 with more to come at launch and during live seasons.
That's right.
Awesome. And we mentioned it a bit earlier, but War Mode is returning. In addition to Ground War, the favorite from Call of Duty World War II will be coming back.
Şu an tabii bu yayında çift makine kullanmıyorum, ayrı. Oyunda oyun makinesi ayrı oluyor.
Adam spoke a little bit about it earlier, but you are Task Force 141 trying to take down the Kony group that has taken over a military base. They are launching ICBMs.
Şimdi işte mesela burada tankı oyuna dahil ettiysen onun vurduğu yer paramparça olacak yani. O gözümüze batıyor. O Ground War'du yanılmıyorsam. Ben pek oynamıyorum. Biraz Battlefield'e özendiler orada ama Call of Duty'den öyle bir beklenti olmayınca.
And also, there was a really cool tank on screen that was just causing utter mayhem. So that's what we care about.
It is that attack defense scenario where you are escorting that down the path, and it is a very linear combat. You have very
Tanka
clear
escort
lines
göreviymiş o.
of sight, clear
Az önce gösterdikleri.
battle lines. That's the gameplay that we're going for.
Ya böyle klan falan olunca hala oynadığınız arkadaşlarınız görev tabanlı oyunlar zevkli oluyor.
We all remember what classic war mode is, but it is linear objectives. There's 3 sets.
War mode'muş, pardon.
And it is a fantastic experience.
O mesela tanka escort göreviymiş.
Lots to look forward to.
Multide adam kaldırma, multinin bazı modlarında vardı. Yine var. Bu modda varmış. Ama ölürsen bekliyorsun.
Ability to just like make the decision, go with your friends, play what you want.
And like I mentioned about some of the
Tam bir saat oldu hala.
We have a bunch of new modes
Multidays.
for live season as well that we're looking forward to sharing very soon.
Cool.
Hiç Warzone lafı geçmiyor.
I'm all for it. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us here today to share Modern Warfare 3 with the world, and that is going to wrap it up for the 3 multiplayer segment of the show. Once again, a big thank you to Adam, Greg, as well as Kim for joining us here. But now we're going to head over to one of my favorite people. It's Maven, who's got a couple streamers that he's going to be putting in the hot and ready seat, presented by Little Caesars. Trust me, it's as hilarious as it sounds. Maven, who you got?
Bu bölüm bitti diyor.
I thought about being hot and ready. The first thing that came to mind was my guy Legion.
Hey, I'm really proud to be the other bald guy on stage with you today. We're doing it. We're doing it.
It looks beautiful. Listen, the first thing you said to me.
Bu da boğaç değil mi ya sağdaki?
And you're like, I'm feeling like I'm 18 again, out frying.
Listen, I'm cranking out energy drink burps right now.
Biz niye hep birbirimize benziyoruz anlamıyorum ki.
Smoked Biffle. Where's he at? I don't know where he's at. Guy's incredible. But I smoked him with a shotgun. I'm feeling alert right now, Maven.
I can tell the second you sat down, like, my guy is locked. What have you loved the most so far about just getting in, diving into MW3?
Brother, all the fun stuff is really fun. The shotguns, the new tags, the new lethals, bro. I'm just out here doing anything to just make everybody angry. It's just angry as possible. I'm assuming.
Well, was it a bit of a surprise at first? Like, when you got in, like, how much fun you were having? Like, does it kind of defy expectations?
Listen, I was 16 when Modern Warfare 2 came out. So all these maps that we are playing in Modern Warfare 3 right now, throwing back, bro, it's just like you picked it right back up again, and
Kardeşim ulusal yayın yapıyorsunuz.
Ulusal
yayın yapmıyorsunuz. Dünyaya yayın yapıyorsunuz. Milletin tanımadığı insanlara çok fazla saat ayırmamanız lazım.
Listen, I was a little worried that the cardboard capacity, I'd be a little overweight, but I'm feeling really good right now. I feel like you and I together in this hot seat,
sponsor olmuş. Ne yapmıyoruz? Tabii ki yemiyoruz. Hem oyun hem pizza götürürseniz işte bu adam gibi olursunuz. Yeşil gibi olursunuz. Olmak ister misiniz? Soru bu.
Oh, there's just always comedy with two bald guys in the mix. But yeah, I hold shift here with the one and only Shotzi. I got to start with the fun question first. I mean, just enjoyment level. How are you enjoying the game to this point?
This game's amazing, man. I have nothing but good things to say about this game. I love the movement. Everything about it's got like.
All right, you set me up for like the perfect segue.
Optik klanının adamlarından bu. Selam Furkan. Böyle bir soru kabul etmiyorum bile.
It moves smoothly than any other kind of played. I feel like it has a mix of like fast and a little bit of a slower side.
Evet, aslında böyle bir şeye ihtiyaç olmaması lazım.
It's very fast.
Have you broken anything yet?
I'm not broken anything, but I will say that there's like these sneakers that allow you to like slide any ADS, and I feel like that's meta right now.
All right, so make sure you check out his stream for that, because that's going to be all the hacks and clues for that. Now, getting into the competitiveness, I mean, last year, lots of conversations about skill gap. Where is it going to be? Do you feel like movement is going to be one of the main focus points for those trying to take their game to the more competitive level? Or where do you think that the competitive skill gap is going to be for this game?
Hatta siz aşiret olarak 10 tane de ihtiyacı olana oyunu alacaksınız. Bir tane kendine 10 tane de ihtiyacı olan çocuklara. Diyanete yazdık bunu bu sene. Dedik ki böyle, başka türlü olmayacak. Twitch'te yokum ya.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 3. Nvidia GeForce. Level up your Modern Warfare 3 PC experience with performance multiplier
Nvidia bu hafta kesin sürücü çıkarır.
And latency reducing reflex. Herman Miller Embody gaming chairs are being used at today's event. Check out Herman Miller Gaming's entire portfolio of products at hermanmiller.com.
Kesin Herman Miller alabiliriz, evet.
Elgato, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next.
Elgato tek, yapacak bir şey yok. Biz de kullanıyoruz onu.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Call of Duty Next. My name is Miles Ross. I'm joined here in the fireside chat. I've got one frag, we got OVP, we got Nameless, we have Alley Cat on the corner there. We are going to be, I suppose reacting is one way to put it now, but like, this is one of the hardest jobs I've ever had to work in my life. I've never been this excited about a CoD. Like Legion hit the nail on the head, 18
Furkan, öyle söyleyeyim.
34 in skin, but 18 in gunny.
Herhalde dördüncüyü 4'ten alırız. Eşitlenir. Rabia.
The new kind of newness from the game as well. It's refreshing all in one. I mean, for me, I think it's got to be about the fact that you can kind of almost customize what you want to do, what type of player you want to be in game.
Battlefield'ın atmosferi başkadır canım.
You're looking at the perk system, but there's a balance there as well. And I'm just so excited to see what type of player, first of all, I'll be, but especially our two MP experts over here, Nameless, Ali. I mean, you guys not only talk about multiplayer for a living, but you guys play it day in, day out, so many hours grinding.
O öne ne koymuşlar? Bir tabanca o da tanıyamadım.
I mean, you know me, I've been playing Call of Duty since way back in the day, 06 back to CoD 2, and for me what this feels like is you're getting the classic maps, you're getting the best things that we all fell in love with Call of Duty about, but you're also getting the best of the innovations of recent Call of Duties as well. So it's just been spectacular seeing.
Ben bu yayını 3 saat yapmam ama onu söyleyeyim. Yani şunlar da konuşsun. Warzone'u göstermiyorlarsa topuklarım. Yani sonra gösterecekler kesin de yapacak bir şey yok.
Like I was bringing up Warzone players, like their style of play is a little bit different from like what we see on a day-to-day basis, and even just normal content creators, they're going for snipes and stuff, and high rise obviously a perfect place for that. So I think the fact that the movement feels so smooth, and to see everybody, there's something for everyone, right? So I mean, it's been a great day so far.
Ben arada bir mikrofona çarpıyorum. Size geliyor mu mesela şimdi çarpacağım.
I think one of the coolest things, and the desk touched upon it a little bit, we got to experience yesterday when we played. We're making the most meaningful decisions, I think, ever in CoD when it comes to our loadouts now and our perks. So, what vest I'm wearing, I ran the demolition vest. It means I think I lose one of my tacticals, but I gain like 2 lethals, which turns me into a killing machine, quite frankly. The Breacher drone, a lot of fun. Way too much fun, actually.
Bugün 2 maç var. Bildiğim kadarıyla bir Beşiktaş var, bir Fener var. Valla Ferdi biz oynuyoruz, başladık. Artık yeni bir klanım var. Hatta buradalar, Scap klanı. Onlarla geri dönüş yapıyoruz. Çok yayın yapmıyorum şimdilik, benim işler yoğun. Ama cumaları, cumartesileri yayınlarda oynamaya başladık.
We heard Shotsy talk about the tack stance and how he's sliding around the map, and this is something we cannot stress this.
Sen de elini ısındır, alalım aramıza.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so excited. I want to
Bak Nihat da bizde oynuyor.
as well as the fact that you can turn a pistol basically into an SMG. You don't need
Evet,
a perk.
Diablo
You don't need to have that
Steam'e
on. You can
gelecek.
literally do that yourself with guns and get it to the way that you want it. I mean, running basically a secondary SMG with an AR. I mean, that's just stunning.
We heard them talk about it too with like the aftermarket weapon attachments as well with the weekly challenges. So there'll be a bunch of different types of variations that you have with your gun. But we saw the Renetti. It's already insane. I saw a tweet from Scump on the timeline, a 10-piece with the Renetti. So when you turn that into an SMG, I mean, it's going to be crazy. The world's your oyster.
It's going to be absolutely incredible. Ali, I've got to ask you, what are you most excited about? You play so much.
Vallahi öyle de
jumping into game, what type of
yeni haritalar falan var o yüzden. Yoksa klasik yine loadout'unu bul oyna oyunu. Hani bir şey değişmiyor da. Haritalara alışmak lazım.
Competitive style is getting into the slide canceling and the ADSing like Shotsy was touching on. But also, I just want to talk about the fact of like, I was 9 years old when a lot of these maps were a thing, you know, and like, my bad. But yeah, like I was watching my dad play, but like I don't like those are core memories for me. But I never really got to load in, and so like now as a 23-year-old
izliyordum oynarken diyor.
These maps and kind of like have the nostalgia of I kind of recognize this, like I kind of know this map, but like not knowing every nook and cranny just yet, and like so it's still kind of new to me, but it's also nostalgic at the same time.
And to Ali's point, like think about running around favela and being able to mantle as fast as you can in this game. Some of the different boots that you mentioned, we were messing around with that slide yesterday. It goes for a while, and you can aim in virtually instantly and cancel it as well. So there's so many different things that people are going to get into this game and figure out. It's going to play a bit different than obviously back in day with MW2, but a lot better. It feels super smooth.
And that's the most important thing we've been touching upon and people have been asking us about. How does it feel? How does it feel? It feels really good. It's very, very smooth. To your point.
Ya bunlar oynamışlar, birilerini anlatıyorlar. Ama evet, şart değil. Bu tip organizasyonlarda bir şekilde ünlüysen ondan faydalanırlar. O yüzden normal yani Call of Duty oyuncularının hepsi, yani burada gördüklerinizin uzman olmasına gerek yok.
The game itself in general has sped up tremendously. We were messing around with the tack stance yesterday as well. I mean, sort of the canted approach to take to your weapon. I'm running a big ×8 scope, right? And I can't ADS in, but if I want to hit those kind of more CQB situations, I'm keeping maximum spatial awareness. I've got my situational awareness. My screen's up. I'm able to use a weapon with a big scope in close range, whether it's an LMG, whether it's a sniper. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's still really nice to have choices as a player. We've got so many options.
Vallahi çok uzattılar bunu.
So much fun.
Yeah, I think that's the key word, right? The buzzword, I think, coming off the back of what we saw on the desk
Ufaktan
is the
gideceğim.
choices that you can make
İşimiz gücümüz var.
Balance is such an important thing. I think in any Call of Duty game, balance is key, especially when you're going up against players who do have a choice of what they want to run, especially with perks. But being able to have that potential to take something away, if you do want to risk and reward, you're coming in with potentially like silent footsteps, you're running ghosts, you're making sure that you're the type of player you want to be.
Zaten kendimiz oynayacağız. Çok fazla kalmadı.
That balance is so important, I think, in all.
Bizim takımda da alanlar var.
100%. I mean, footsteps are silent. If you want them to be, that is a massive W. I was running around yesterday and I saw red dots on the mini map. My footsteps were silent. I was sneaking up on people. I was just having a blast. I mean, we're talking about 12 years ago when these maps came out. They look even better now. So I can't wait to get my hands on that beta, which is coming out soon.
Very, very soon indeed. Well, it's exciting to be reminiscing and reminiscing for very, very good reason. As we talked about earlier, we are celebrating Call of Duty's 20th anniversary, which is an amazing milestones, and with a great milestone comes an opportunity for great rewards. To celebrate 20 years of Call of Duty history, players can receive daily login rewards between October 6th to October 16th for every single daily login per day, up to 7 in total. You'll receive these rewards, which are seen on
16'dan 16'ya kadar her gün girdiğinizde bir şeyler vereceklermiş. Yapay insan, teşekkürler.
MW3 as well, so grab them now and take them into the next title. For more details, head over to the Call of Duty blog. Nameless, your earliest memory of CoD, was it like waiting in line at midnight trying to get something? What was it for you, mate?
I mean, yeah, first off, I want to say we didn't have cool swag like this in these digital packs. I mean, this is that was before that time, but I mean, just playing split screen was the best like old memories I have with my friends, and screen looking, trying to figure out where they were on Call of Duty 2, and now it's 2023, and we got everything, and you can still screen watch. It's right there, they're right next to each other, so we might be some players doing that here.
No way. Incredible memories that have been had on Call of Duty. Ali, what is your earliest memory on CoD?
Well, I know I talked about playing with my dad, but I think one of the more core memories, which I can't wait to break down the new and exciting stuff in that game mode coming later, has to be with zombies. When I was in middle school, I'd go over to my friend Anastasia's house, and we'd go in our basement, we'd turn off all of the lights, and then we'd load up split-screen zombies on her big TV on the couch, and just all night on her Xbox just sitting there playing zombies on town survival, you know, going as far as we could, training them around the lava pit in the center. So that's definitely like a cool memory for me.
I love to hear that. We're going to be sharing lots more stories on these couches, I am sure, as we get through the rest of today. But we also wanted to remind everyone again that early access to the multiplayer beta kicks off tomorrow for PlayStation players and next week for Xbox and PC players. You saw a ton of great multiplayer content today. Play that
Önce
and
PlayStation'a
more over the
geliyor.
next week. Check out the Call of Duty blog for
Sonra
more
Xbox
details.
ve
I
PC'ye.
can't wait to see everybody get in the mix.
Or don't worry, in addition to open
Oyun
beta,
ayın
early
12'sinde.
access, all those PlayStation players out there,
12-13'ünde.
be sure to pre-order
12-13
on
hangi
PlayStation
günler?
Store to get an exclusive look at the Lockpick Operator Pack at MW3's launch.
Big question is, what did you guys think of Lockpick? That's another one that we saw on the desk. And I mean, there's so much to break down here. All of the team were going through every single detail, but Ali, what did you make of it?
She's freaking cool. Like, I know Stephanie talked about how she insta-locks her every single time that she's loading up into a game, and I might have to follow suit. Like, we might have to battle it out for who gets to be the lockpick in game, because she is cool.
I'm down with the blue camo as well. Very excited to see all the crazy skins. We've got a tease of some of those skins in the game already. The trailers, you name it, it's all happening. But PlayStation players, hit that pre-order. We've had quite a deep dive on MW3's multiplayer mode so far, and over the past couple of months, I mean, I suppose that was the best way to put it. We've had some teasers, we've had some insights, we've had a few leaks of the return of Makarov and what that means to Modern Warfare 3.
Öyle galiba, Victor, ben öyle anladım.
Very, very soon. But now, though, friends, it's time for something quite different. Straight from our friends at Treyarch, here is a look at Modern Warfare Zombies.
Hayda, zombiye bakıyoruz. Bunu da görmemiş miydik?
Into a low threat zone. Nothing gets in, and nothing, I say again, nothing gets out.
Millet seviyor bu zombi modunu. Ben ufaktan kaçıyorum. Yine bunlar bildiğimiz şeyleri gösterip duruyorlar. Artık Warzone'a sonra bakarız. Zaten daha çok Call of Duty'nin oyununu, yani oynanışını görmek için gelmiştik. Artık bundan sonra demoda görüşürüz. Beta'da pardon. Hem ön sipariş betası olacak, hem de daha sonra open betası olacak. Hepsini oynayacağız. Ha, bunlar da büyük eventler herhalde. Ha, o silah buymuş. Önlerinde duran.
You just got a sneak peek at the end of that trailer of the Soul Harvester weapon blueprint. More on that in just a bit. But now, let's welcome some very special guests from Treyarch, because you got Kevin Drew as well as Miles Leslie. Kevin is the Associate Director of Design and Miles is the Associate Creative Director.
Katılanlara teşekkür ediyorum. Destek olanlara da teşekkürler. Merak edenler yayını Call of Duty'den zaten resmi yayınlarından izleyebilirler. Devam ediyor. Kaç saat sürecek bilmiyorum. Biz de öyle bir beraber bakmış olduk. Hadi bakalım. Görüşmek üzere.
But guys, earlier this week we held an event at Treyarch. We were able to bring a couple of different groups of creators who are here today at Call of Duty Next into Treyarch. First time you guys have had folks in the studio. Yes.